Kill me. Okay, 3, 2, 1. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 549. I am Brian Kilby. With me this week, I am joined by Diecast.
Hello.
Jason Kirk.
Hi.
Don Ferguson.
Hi.
Chris, a.k.a. XV.
Yes.
Rob Clay.
Hi.
And Matt, a.k.a. Melvar. Maybe I'm like Miss Hoover from The Simpsons. Anybody else remember that? Okay. So, I guess, technically, Operation, we've been plugging Operation the last night before Christmas. But Christmas is like the week after next. Next week is effectively Christmas because Christmas falls, on a Monday this year?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Which is weird. So Christmas is effectively here. Actually, I think next week for episode 550, we're just going to go ahead and do our mega year in review show. Even though it's not technically the end of the year, but it's episode 550. It's a nice round number.
There you go.
Yeah, so we're going to recap 2017. We're going to recap our predictions. We're going to talk about our toys of the year. And we're going to go month by month, and talk about all the news items. For that show, we typically break things down by toy and everything else. So it's going to be
I might call in sick.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. Oh my god. It's going to be fun. So between now and next week, I have
You always say that, and yet...
Well, it's usually our... except in crazy situations, it's our biggest show of the year. Even bigger than Toy Fair. So it'll be good. It's literally our biggest if you count the length. So for people out there who like long podcasts, and I'm not one of them, it's at least 3 hours.
I love them.
Can't stand them. Way too long. But 3 hours of us, you'll enjoy it.
I kind of don't mind listening to podcasts of that length, but recording podcasts of that length can be another matter.
Yeah. So, okay. Did anybody get anything this week? Diecast, what about you?
Yes. I got something very, very special thanks to Captured Prey and Fans Hobby. Make sure I say that right. Master Builder. I got their Power Baser, which this is the Prime that goes with the Power Baser. And here is the Power Optimus Prime without Optimus Prime in it. But it is super lovely and just nice and chunky and big and everything I would want out of a Power Master Prime. And hopefully should have the review up on this tomorrow at RFC Reviews on YouTube. And it's really nice, and I really want to thank Captured Prey and Fans Hobby for making this happen. It's really awesome.
I was giving you crap in pre-show, but it does look really nice. And I really like the fact that the head is connected to, the Power Master head is connected to the body, unlike my G1, which I think I lost the head for
a lot of people did.
When I was like 9.
Mm-hmm.
Or I broke it. I broke the peg off. So, yeah.
Well, there was a surprise.
I lost a lot of pieces to my original, which I was lucky enough to have the original. It's one of the only Transformers that I had when I was a kid that I can really vividly remember. And I did get the commemorative series when that came out at Toys R Us, which has all the pieces and the God Bomber. Is that?
Yeah, they sold it as the Apex armor, but yeah.
Yeah, Apex armor, yeah. So, luckily I'll have that to do comparisons with it in the video, which will be cool.
Yeah. Well, and you got the Legends God Jinrai set too, right?
Yes.
The original releases.
Yep. And then this week from Hasbro Toy Shop, I also got Beachcomber, which he's really nice. I really like him. And I got the other two, which I didn't open yet.
And if you don't want to wait for Hasbro Toy Shop to get them back in, your Walmart will have them at this point, unless something crazy weird is happening.
I was just
that
in
is
Walmart.
Not necessarily true.
So,
I was at Walmart yesterday and saw 2 pegs of Legends class. One peg was entirely crammed full of sea sprays. The other one was almost all Cosmos and 1 wind charger.
So these are not in toys.
So your mileage may vary.
They're in a I found them near the pharmacy in a cardboard side stack.
Oh,
just full of stuff, like random toys. So I saw on Twitter where other people are finding them the same way. So don't look in toys. Look for like a red cardboard like side stack or a box.
Although if you still need sea spray or this Cosmos re-release, then look in toys.
Yeah, they're tons.
But do you remember back in late 2003? This is how Energon first launched too. It was in a cardboard stack in the Action Alley space.
Yeah. And you remember how Armada launched? With that gigantic...
I got my first Armada stuff at KB Toys, so my experience may differ.
I remember walking into Walmart, and it's been a few years since I talked about this, and it was the most beautiful thing ever. Just a gigantic display of Transformers. It was like something from the 80s when you were a kid and you would go and see like a gigantic He-Man display or something. It's the last time Transformers got anything like that.
Oh yeah, because I remember Transformers Universe was running at basically the same time, and they had like half an aisle that was just Universe and Armada stuff. Yeah,
it was amazing.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Sorry, Diecast.
That's all right. And then I got my very first Combiner Force figure, which I haven't taken out of the box yet, but it's Shocknado.
All right,
Shocknado. So yeah, I have to read.
Coming soon as a sci-fi movie of the week.
Yeah. We have Go-Go Power Baser and Shocknado. So it's a good week.
Yeah, it's a good
episode.
Jason, did you get anything?
Sure, of course. Since from last week, right?
Yeah, from the last time you were on.
Oh Lord, that would be the show. Let me tell you, I've been busy, especially with Black Friday and stuff. Well, I'm not going to show him off because he's over there. I did get Trypticon on Black Friday when he was 90. I think it's about what he was. So that was great. I tried to put 6 of his stickers on and then just threw the sheet aside.
0. I have attempted none. I will never.
Well, and then I went and ordered the Toy Hacks labels because those will actually look good. And
probably fit right.
Yes, exactly.
I wonder if I could sell my Metroplex stickers for like $1 million.
No.
Okay. Well, that's dashed.
Maybe 500,000.
Everyone bought the Repro labels ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also on Black Friday got I don't remember who or I can't remember, but Toy Dojo, there it is, had Iron Factory,
Bridgewater,
yeah. So he's an awesome little
Their stuff is good.
Shockwave.
Their stuff is good.
Yeah, and even as like obviously the gun mode isn't like scaled for human hands, but it's still fun to hold and just like point at stuff and things like that.
Just think of him as like the Transformers, like the noisy cricket was in Men in Black.
There you go.
I have no idea what that means, but I'm certain most people do. It's one of those movies I've never watched.
You should watch. Watch the first Men in Black. Don't watch the sequels. Watch the first one and the cartoon.
I wouldn't even go so far as to watch the first one anymore. I don't think it holds up well.
I haven't watched it in a lot of years, so I can't necessarily say you're wrong, but I would give it a chance.
But I like saying
more
you're
so
wrong,
than the sequels.
Yeah.
I also completed my Fans Hobby. Speaking of Fans Hobby, Monster Bot collection.
Ah.
So I do have Repugnus, and he's a cool guy. I like him. Well, okay, he's a cool big guy. I like him.
I love the scale of those.
Yeah, he was always my favorite of the 3 monster bots.
Me too.
For some reason.
Yeah, well, in Fly Pro or not Fly Pro, Feilong is the best, I think, because I love how that double cross looks. But yeah, and once I get Power Baser, I'm pretty much going to have like every mold they've put out so far. Fans Hobby, so I guess I'm kind of a fan of their aesthetic. You could say.
You're a fan of Fans Hobby?
I'm a fan of Fans Hobby. Very good. If that's not their like tagline for their fans, it should be.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they're really doing stuff right. They've gotten really popular really fast.
Yeah, absolutely. I also did get the 3 legends like Diecast just showed off. I have all the deluxes from Power of the Primes except for Jazz, and there are currently limbs on Skylinks. So, and boy, do those Dinobots look good on Skylinks. It's kind of ridiculous how good they look on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to go ahead and go next because everybody else already has the Legends. So I got Beachcomber, Windcharger. But something that I think Chris said on Twitter holds so true. I think you said something to the effect of nobody told Slash that she wasn't a small deluxe.
Yeah,
Like
that's almost verbatim what I said.
Yeah, so like in the package, I'm like, I don't see it. But transforming her, oh my god, definitely. She is nice in that respect. So she's actually really complex for a legend size figure. I mean, even the detailing, how she has the clear skull, just like the other Dinobots do, and all that. That's really nice. It's a very nice toy. I'm very pleased with it. Now, if I can just get like all the other Power of the Prime stuff that's out that I can't find.
I still don't have any Power of the Prime stuff because I can't find anything. So,
Well, all my target has left is 3 Dread Winds, and that's it.
I need to hit up Target. I haven't been in a while.
Don, you should stock up on those Dreadwinds, because then when Wave 2 comes out and people can't get those anymore, and Blackwing's out, there might be a market.
If you don't pick them up now, you're leaving money on the table.
It's Wave 1.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
we'll never see Wave 1 toys again.
Go ahead, Don.
I didn't get anything.
Really?
Not a thing.
Okay.
Not a. I do have a package in or out from Chosen Prime that I hope will be here tomorrow, but it's Smart Post. So.
Oh God.
So
good luck.
Yeah. I mean, it's in Concord right now, which is not that far away.
That's 15 minutes from my house. 20 minutes.
Yeah, but it's Smart Post, so it's like they're like, okay, it'll be your.
So Concord is your FedEx hub?
Apparently so.
That is so weird.
At least for transferring to the USPS through the Smart Post, yeah. And anyone who doesn't realize, Smart Post is basically FedEx takes it from up until like for most of the trip.
Mile.
And then the USPS finishes delivering it. So it's like, it's getting closer, it's getting closer, it's getting closer. Dead stop. And you just sort of wait for it to arrive. So but it's just free shipping, so I can understand Chosen Prime using the least expensive alternative available. I mean, I wasn't expecting 2-day air or nothing like that.
Yeah. Chris?
Okay, so first up, I got Ramhorn today.
All right. Where'd you find them?
Aldi.
Yeah, they were showing up at Aldi's, but apparently
it's
ones by me got cleared out.
It's a feature thing for this week. They have a Hasbro stocking stuffer, like cardboard display. And for anybody who is intending to go look for these, it looks like the way this is laid out, there would be 2 Ramhorns per store.
Oh.
So if you are in an area like Diecast that has a lot of people who are going to be hitting the same stores, you want to get to it as early as you can to try to grab one of those, because they're probably not going to get replenished.
And it's already probably too late.
Yeah. Probably going to be a lot of swoops and overboards and 8 faces, yeah. Sitting around for a while.
Kim was so excited. She said she was at Aldi this afternoon. Guess what I got you? A Transformer. And I'm like, oh, cool. Which one? 8 Face. I'm like, it's a very nice toy. I don't actually know if I have Ramhorn or not. I think I do. But I would pay $4 for the peace of mind to know that I have it and not have to dig through the tub to find it. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm happy to be able to just walk in and pick one up for $4. Hasbro Toy Shop has these right now, but there'd be shipping on top of that.
Oh, they do?
And I think that's starting at like $5.99 before the shipping.
So, dude, they're charging like $20 online for those things.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wow.
So I don't like Ramhorn as much as Shuffler. Shuffler is definitely the better execution of the base engineering. On the other hand, I'm done with Titan's Return now. Because even if I double back for Astro Train, I think I'm going to get the Legends version. So yeah, I'm done with Titan's Return, and that's a really nice feeling to have. Real quick, it's not Transformers stuff, but I need to give a shout out. So from my Amazon wish list, Paladin sent me an extra SD card.
Nice.
so I can fill it with more pictures. And some asshole sent me a box of gold plastic bricks, which are just going to like self-destruct in a year.
That's beautiful.
What
And
kind of
spray my room
sadistic
with,
prick would do that to you?
Yeah, just spray my room with glittery shrapnel.
So-
I'm sure.
so-
Have
for-
fun building your wall.
Yeah. So for people who are listening, what did they get? What did they get you?
It's the Mega Bloks Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Turtle Van Party Wagon.
Yeah, the 2012
from-
version. Nick Turtles.
No, this is the classics.
Oh, is it classics? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, this is a good
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
And that was new as of like 2 years ago, I think. So
That's cool.
That was Matt that did that. Matt was the asshole. So thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
Hey, asshole, what
Yeah.
did you get?
Well, I finished building my my Mega Bloks Technodrome, so I went ahead and got myself a Mega Bloks Starship Enterprise.
That's awesome.
Nice.
When it was originally $250. I got it for $99 on Amazon,
It's like 87 now.
and it's like
Amazon.
$87 now. Yeah. So
Well, Matt, you can probably contact them and try to get at least a price
Yeah,
adjustment on that.
if you just like take 10 minutes and write a polite letter.
Take like 3 hours and just really craft
I'm
that.
not that concerned with the $13 difference, really. But
just pointing it out.
thank you, Don. I appreciate that. But,
you don't want to leave money on the table, Matt.
yes. So it took me 4 or 5 different settings and many, many, many hours to do the Technodrome, and the Enterprise has even more pieces at 3,098.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
It's
Yep.
a hell of a kit assembled too. I've seen one put together. It's quite magnificent.
Yes. And I have nowhere to put it.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
I have a closet full of kits that I need to put together, but that's
Me too.
yeah. Rob, what'd you get? Did you get anything?
Yeah, I got a couple of things. Also, thanks to Matt, I got the Marvel 4-inch scale Guardians of the Galaxy 2-pack with Star-Lord and Yondu. Both really nice. They're, of course, like the modern engineering on those figures, so no waist joints or anything, but they're pretty nice even so. The only thing I have about it is that Yondu has a sculpted holster for his arrow. He has his coat sculpted pulled back as if he is about to launch the arrow. Yondu does not have an arrow. There's not even a place in the package for it.
Dear
That's
Lord.
nice.
So at some point that did not cost out. So I'm thinking like I will probably see if the arrow from like a mini mates Yondu is a decent size with that at some point just to see. And also thank you to everybody here. I got Overlord.
Yay.
Yay.
Apparently
Yay.
y'all pitched in and got that off my wish list, and thank you so much. That is a really nice figure.
We
I'm
didn't
really
want
happy
to let
with it.
that pass the 1-day sale without, doing
Yeah.
something nice for you.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
You are
No
welcome.
problem.
So,
And we see Don's Christmas gift has arrived, and Massey's not attacking him for once.
oh, Massey's so cute.
It's early.
So, if you notice that Jason's on this week, part of the reason is Jason's like our special executive producer, and he's on the show oftentimes. Sometimes he's just on, but typically it's to help out with some sort of. Is Massey beating on your mic, Don? Oh my God!
No, it's a long story. I think I got it fixed.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, Jason's on, and he is here to sort of speak for the chat. So, if you're in the chat and you have any questions, we're going to end off the show this week with answering questions. So, send them Jason's way, and we will answer them because we enjoy doing that once in a while.
Jason is our audience participation producer this week.
Yeah.
Right.
I asked this the last time he was on, but who did this before? Peter?
Sometimes, yeah.
Thank God it was years ago since we did this on a regular basis. Yeah. So good. Jason, you're the man.
Thank you.
I think that's actually how we developed Peter on the spot, because sometimes we didn't have enough questions from the audience, so we would just take it out on Peter.
Jason will be our Rod Roddy.
Speaking for The Price is Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go ahead and jump to This Week in History. 1984, the Transformers episode Heavy Metal War premieres in the U.S. I love this episode, and I get the name in theory, but it's the name itself isn't really evocative so much of what happens in the episode to me. So if you remember correctly, Megatron collects, what was it, the power chip rectifiers, which is just the hokiest name for anything, of the Decepticons to gain their power so that in a duel he can defeat Optimus Prime one-on-one.
And we never see this again.
Yeah, that's a MacGuffin that just did. Like, I actually, before I knew what fanfic was, I was like 12. I actually wrote a Transformers story in my head, but it all revolved around the power chip rectifier. And I actually had, like a 12-year-old's video game design based on it. It would have been the worst thing ever.
This episode was also the first appearance of the Constructicons.
Which is actually why I put it there.
Yeah. Did it give their origin? Is this one where they had an origin, or they were just
I mean, vaguely, because Megatron just makes reference to constructing them on Earth.
Yes.
The first of like three sort of origins. Yeah.
But it's nice because the Dinobots get a little chance to work together as a group, whereas before they were split up between War of the Dinobots and the original episode. And unfortunately, this is about as much individual time as they get up until season 2 kicks in.
Well, that's because this is the end of season 1, Don.
Yeah. Oh, was this? Okay, that's
yes,
right.
This was the final episode of season 1.
Yeah.
See, I bought them out of order when Action Video was closing, and so I had forgot what, but I've got the cool FHE slipcovers though. So I got the
and the FHE logo screen.
Oh yeah, I love that. So I love this episode. It's probably not my favorite season 1 episode, but I really love season 1. Not as much as season 3, but it's easily my second favorite because Don look on Don's face. Because season 1 is just so radically different than basically everything else we got. It's much more focused. It's much more structured. It's much more logical, if there's such a thing possible. And I love season 1. I really do. It's, to me, the most Transformers season. The rest sort of go and do different things, where in my mind, what Transformers is originally is all season 1. That's just me. Also in 2005, Transformers Earthforce is released by Titan Books. This was one of the small trade paperbacks that they did.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I read this. I
have a copy.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I don't remember much about it, though. What happened in Earthforce?
Things on Earth.
Yeah.
I have a copy. Well, there you go.
So, see, I think one of the stories was the Constructicons were constructing a substitute Devastator because they had lost the ability to become Devastator because of the Nucleon
Quest stuff.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Like there was one I think where they were constructing a separate Devastator to replace their ability to combine, and it got blown up.
That's funny. Yeah, I remember it, and I remember the cover. It's like Grimlock slamming his fist down on a table for some reason because he's Furman Grimlock, and that's what he does. Yeah, such a thing. Okay.
Maybe Prowl was on the other side trying to flip the table.
It's very possible.
Oh, yeah, he was holding it down.
Yeah.
So the big item for this week is Takara Tomy Power of the Primes figures, the first images. They look very similar, possibly identical to the Hasbro release. So I remember
we were speculating last week.
Yeah, so there are photos that a Facebook blog shared that showed them being different, but it was to me, in my mind, it had to be mostly just a difference in lighting because they were under different circumstances. These look more or less like what we're getting, and that doesn't bother me at all.
Well, no, because think of the savings.
Yeah.
Yeah, think of them.
Yeah, I don't
of the
have to buy
money.
the Takara versions this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to buy both.
You know, they'll
Except for
realize-
the combiners. I totally have to buy the Takara versions of the combiners.
Oh wait, they're Target Masters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I will
that's
have
what
to,
I was saying.
I'll have to buy both. Dang it.
This is good for me because I just got my first Legends figure in the mail today.
Misfire? Nice.
Yeah, it actually was a late birthday present from a friend. Thank you, Sean. So and of course I'm like, oh, these are a great way to go. But if they're going to just look like the regular Hasbro ones, then I can save money and spend it on fans hobby stuff. Apparently,
Nice.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right that any like perceptible difference at this stage comes down to how they were photographed, because Takara does their photography in a darker environment with darker lighting conditions than Hasbro's stock photography. So even when you cut that out and put it on a white background, it still looks substantially darker.
Yeah.
And that can be a little bit misleading in how the colors render.
Yeah, and you can try to do things like color correct, but unless you know the specific situation and circumstances that they were photographed in, even then you can't get to how they would look.
Right.
You can't replicate that unless you're actually just taking the photo in the exact same set
And there's
of
no
parameters.
reason for them. They don't need to match Hasbro stock photography in the first place. It's
No,
just
no.
like for our frame of reference and
Nerding.
comparison.
It's for
Yeah.
nerding.
Yeah.
It's entirely what it's for. But yeah, so we talked about this last week. Other than them being Target
In
Masters,
speculative forms,
in
yeah.
speculative form. Man, the Target Master thing. So here's the thing.
I'm
really
not convinced these are going to be Target Masters.
You don't think so?
I mean, are we not? Are we seeing any new Target Masters in these pictures? Because we're seeing some of the figures use the Prime Masters as Target Masters, but they're not included. They're still sold separately.
Is that okay?
These are 100% identical to the U.S. releases, to the best of my ability to tell.
because the Target Master Jazz is holding actually has one of the Prime Masters inserted on the top, and
That's because it's a Prime Master. That is the Pretender shell turned into a
they
gun.
do that. Yeah.
I
Oh.
didn't realize
Never
they
mind,
did
I'm an
that.
idiot.
Me too. I didn't realize they did that.
That is what they do.
It's the same way the Titan Masters integrate into the weapon modes of their accessory
But they
vehicle
don't.
animal
But they
things.
don't do it they don't do it as clearly, obviously, as like a gun.
That's because the Prime Masters aren't as good at toys as Titan Masters.
I hate to say it, but that is true.
shots fired.
Like the thing with Prime Masters is that at most you need maybe two of them.
Look, like I said when we were talking about this before, I love like the sculpting detail on these Prime Masters, but they're not as interesting as toys.
I feel
Yeah.
terrible for not realizing that, because honestly, I mean, I thought you had the Prime Master that you could connect, sometimes awkwardly, to the robot, and you had the shell, and that was it. So I didn't realize there was a third play pattern. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sad part is I just watched a video review of one of these last night, and I'm still going, wait a moment.
okay, well, forget that. I don't have to buy them
Good.
at all. Period.
Good. I mean,
But
no,
now-
like Matt says, there's still the combiner angle because we have not seen, we haven't seen Dreadwind. There's no Starscream, no Dinobots. So, like, I think they're still planning something separate for those because I don't think they would split out all of those in particular if they did not have some larger plan in the works.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to see a redo of Unite Warriors, maybe under a different name, who knows? But I imagine that's where the combiner focus toys will end up.
I think you're
In
probably
box
right.
sets.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's good. Very happy. Very, very. Don, what's Don doing?
I don't know.
He
Like,
went to get
having a couple-
Massey for something.
Don't lean over, Don.
Maybe he needs Massey to hold up the microphone.
Yeah.
That's doodling on the floor.
So for people on the podcast, be thankful.
Don, I'm on the show. You don't have to try to bring the ladies in. We already discussed this.
Don is just, dang, Don, just. I love
Well,
Don.
at least he's wearing pants.
JD didn't wear pants. I'm glad you're not JD, Don. I'm glad you wear pants. You okay?
Yeah, he just is-
Doodled? Did he doodle?
No, he's just showing his ass tonight. He jumped on the back of the sofa and knocked off a bunch of stuff I had laid out to take pictures of. Just, Cat. He's
Yep,
not been out for.
Cat.
He's not been out for a week because between work, the snow, and how cold it is.
That's why he's
I'm not
acting this
going
way.
out.
Then.
Yeah, he's just cabin fever, I guess.
So I want you to know this in a Brian's podcast rule of order, like things you can and can't talk about on RFC. Massey is always safe. Massey is always a fair topic. We can always talk about Massey, Don. So
I just
if you need to
heard a
vent,
crash.
just vent.
No, I know. I'd heard a crash, looked over, and there he is, cosplaying as a mountain goat, standing on the back of the sofa, knocked half the stuff off on the floor. Like, I didn't do it. Like, hell, you
Okay,
didn't. I just
so
saw it.
thing to do after the show, we're gonna go on Amazon and find a mountain goat costume for cats and put it on the wish list.
Yes. We should
I
do that.
promise you, it exists.
Okay, moving along. But yeah, so the big sad face, as we call it. I am sparing myself. Just Titans Return episode 6. Can somebody give their thoughts? Because I'm
haven't seen it
abstaining.
yet. I haven't seen
Forgot
it yet.
to watch it.
Does that mean I'm the only person here who saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Thanks for taking one for the team, Rob.
Yeah,
Well, that means you can
seriously.
make this go as quick as you want, Rob.
Okay, well, the short version is that we've got like two different groups barely figuring out that Overlord killed the Mistress of Flame. We're trying to revive Fortress Maximus. That's about what's going on.
We apologize for spoilers, but who really cares?
Yeah. And
Yeah, but
yeah.
the highlight of stupid for this episode is Megatron comes up to the four combiners to try and tell them Overlord has killed the Mistress of Flame. And they all attack him. Even Menasor and Devastator. They do not want to listen to him. Any of them, even Menasor and Devastator. And Megatron holds his own against all four of them.
well,
This
there you go.
is
Bad writing?
yeah. This is. I'm sorry. I'm going to cut my comments after this just so we're not, spending too much time hating on this. But that's BS completely.
One thing I'm going to add. I have not seen this episode, but I want to say this: if anyone at Hasbro or Machinima sees this or hears about this, think about this. You have a Transformers podcast with probably 100 years of collecting experience between everybody, if not more. Collecting your product, loving your product, taking a time out to do a show. And they don't want to talk about your web series because it's so bad. Maybe
I don't think
something's
that's
wrong.
I don't
well,
think
Don,
that's fair.
the only problem I'd have with your comments is you should mention every Transformers podcast because I listen to a lot of them. They all have the same.
So I don't
Well,
Really?
I
Wow.
didn't want to speak for any. I didn't want to speak for. I'm just saying, being the oldest podcast out there.
Don
and-
doesn't speak for me.
He should.
Yeah, really.
So I don't watch these, but what I enjoy is seeing all the commentary after they post on Twitter, specifically Rob and Chris McFeely. Those make my day usually. Because Rob is usually pretty succinct and short with it. I think this week he said, "Oh God, I'm about to torture myself." And then he just made a comment about how terrible it was. And then McFeely usually has a thread about it.
Yeah.
And that's all I need. All I
It's
need.
just. I mean, I want to like it.
I
It's
think
just-
we all want to like it. I mean, I would not if I thought it was completely irredeemable, I would not do this to myself every week.
That's why I'm not, because I think
Yeah.
it is.
But you keep hoping for a glimmer of maybe this will be where they start doing something that doesn't suck.
Well, they don't
Is
have
it-
much time left.
Yeah, the first couple episodes I thought were decent. I thought the
Yeah.
the writing was okay and the pacing was better, and just it's kind of it's I don't know where they're going with this, but it's not really grabbing me. Is the best I can say.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair comment. It's not, maybe it's just not grabbing some fans.
What?
Yeah,
what,
because it's
A
awful.
lot of fans.
what do you like about it, Diecast?
Yeah,
I
It's
like
free.
that I like that it's free. I like that it's Transformers content. I like that it's a very watchable it doesn't take long to watch it.
It's short.
Not that I mean, I would watch it if it was longer. I mean, if they were half-hour episodes, I would watch them.
You know, I think we should.
So
I think we should bring our resources together and get Diecast a copy of Transformers Energon.
I have it.
Diecast likes this because it's short, it's free, and it's Transformers content. Those are his glowing recommendations for this
You know what
series.
that also describes? The Kiss Player radio drama.
Oh my god!
I don't know where to get Kiss Player radio dramas.
I don't
so.
either, unfortunately.
Well, there are small blessings,
On the dark web.
but
Not even they have standards.
Would you by chance have any interest in watching Beast Wars 2nd? I can make that happen.
There's a lot of series I still need to watch. Like I only got through series 1 of Beast Wars or season 1. I need to jump into more of that.
Do you know how much good stuff you're missing in season 2?
No,
Well, you are.
because I haven't watched it. And then Energon, I got into season 2 and lost interest. So
Wait, he got season 2 of what?
Energon?
Energon was only one season.
He's Energon's his own season.
Okay, then it was not Cybertron, the other one.
They're
Armada?
They're all
No.
one season.
Armada was the first one, Energon was the second, and Cybertron was the third.
Maybe Cybertron has more than one season?
No, they're all.
Nope, they're
have
all
one season.
single season 50 episode shows.
It's the one with like Snowcat and everything.
That's
Like
Energon.
Energon. I thought I swore it's more than one season because on my Roku
It feels
they
like
split
it.
it up.
They may. I bet because it is 50 episodes, they may have set it up as multiple seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's okay.
Blocks of 25, I guess.
That's entirely forgivable. Unlike my comment about the Titan Masters, or the
Yeah,
Power.
I'm there with you.
Yeah, Prime Masters. So, man, yeah, this show, I'm certain it sucks, but it's okay. It's very short, and you can endure it. It'll make you
It's
stronger.
not as short as Combiner Wars, though.
Yeah.
Like I'm almost starting to look at Combiner Wars as having been a blessing because it was shorter by half.
I say I'm not watching it, and I'm literally not right now, but I think I will sit down and watch it start to finish once it's done.
I think, yeah, that's my plan too. When I can actually get myself to actually get the hammer and nail and drive it down into my. Well, anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so what else we got going on? Don't forget, if you're watching, feel free to ask questions, because we will answer questions later on. Just ask them in the chat. Okay, so we are going to the news. Next, we have Transformers The Last Night wins the top honors on Rolling Stone's Worst Movie of the Year list. It makes me sad, because I don't think it was the worst movie.
No, it wasn't.
But it sure is an easy target.
I can't.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of
Yeah.
something that I saw that was worse, though.
I haven't seen a lot this year, so I mean, to be fair, of the 3 things I've seen in the theater
Justice
this
League
year,
was worse.
okay. I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I've seen Thor Ragnarok, and Transformers The Last Night, and of those
that
3,
was the
God,
worst movie
yes,
you saw this year.
yes.
So it tops Rob's list.
Yeah, I'd say that Justice League was worse than Transformers The Last Night. That's
Okay.
not speaking highly of either, but I cringed more watching Justice League. Justice League is
I
pretty
think-
bad.
Yeah, I think it all boils down to what we were all doing with the gigantic asterisk. For a Transformers Michael Bay movie, it
Yeah.
wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
And that's the disqualifier.
It gets graded on a curve.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I mean-
more like a bell curve into a brick wall. But yeah,
Well, yeah. So, like,
It's
go
like
ahead.
I said. I think I said it back in June or July or whenever it came out. It's probably the least offended I have been coming out of a Transformers movie since the first one. So that it's got that going for it, but that's about all I can really say.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go.
But I did have fun writing that headline.
Yeah.
Well done.
Bumblebee's
Yes.
Hailee Steinfeld on movie roll, Transformers fan. So this was posted on IGN, And what did she say?
It's a waste. She basically said that, oh yeah, they're gonna see how the Bumblebee movie does, and maybe they'll do more spin-offs, or it'll be another Bumblebee series. Like, yeah, we all knew that. We all knew that they were gonna look to see how well Bumblebee did before they do anything, especially after how The Last Night did.
So was it last week we were talking about what the Bumblebee movie should be after the show, or was it the week before?
No, last week.
Okay, so I firmly believe that the Bumblebee movie should basically be Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, right, yeah.
With like Barricade should be, Jackie Gleason's character. I mean, he would have it like a Jackie Gleason hologram, and John Cena would be the Bandit with Bumblebee.
Yeah, but you couldn't see his hologram.
That's so good. But yeah, I would, if it, there are movies more and more every day, or as time progresses, are, what's a good way, derivative of previous movies. They're either straight up remakes or they borrow heavily.
That's a sign of the stagnation of our culture that's been building up for the last 30, 40 years.
Yeah, so why not? I mean, the first Smokey and the Bandit is great. It's a genuinely great movie. Remake it with Transformers. I mean,
I'm down.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. So, but yeah, that would literally make my day. It'd make my year. Titan Return Arcee hits brick and mortar Toys R Us stores. She was available in Hong Kong before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's now $26.99?
Yep. In Brooklyn.
Interesting.
Oh, well, yeah.
New York.
Yeah,
Christ.
New York Toys R Us
wasn't she wasn't she available online for like $20 last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a sale.
Yeah.
So,
sale.
Tusk was listed in $19.99. He wasn't available.
No, he went available. He did go available. It was like Wednesday or Thursday morning or Thursday or Friday morning at like 5:30. And then by the time
no
one got him though.
That happened like 2 or 3 days in a row, and no one has been able to prove it was actually in stock.
Oh, okay. Because I got an alert.
That was it.
I got an in-stock alert notification.
Yeah.
And here, real quick, let me just refresh because I always have the page up because I want this figure.
Well, at least one of the claws.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I'll just take a claw, really.
Yeah. So if you want RC and you want her for $2 more than you could have got her for online, go ahead and do that.
More to the point, if you want to go to a Toys R Us and buy a Transformers product in entirely unmarked packaging, and apparently even the shelf tag does not say what it is, now you can do that.
Hey, actually, I ended up buying another RC that I don't need. So next week,
By accident?
No, intentionally. So next week we'll have a contest for it. I just don't know what. If anybody in the chat has any suggestions, let Jason know. Let's see, what do we got here? Transformers Authentics, Bravo Wave sighted in the Philippines. God bless the Philippines and the internet, because we never would have known this stuff before. Grimlock looks better, but it's a different price class, I guess.
I think he's in the alpha assortment. I'm not 100% certain about this, but I'm just kind of following the lead of other places that have reported on this with the Bravo assortment thing.
So this includes Optimus, Megatron, Bumblebee, and who else? Starscream?
Yep.
Yep.
I kind of like the Megatron. I mean, it's just a little block, but I kind of like it anyway.
Yeah.
From what I've heard from the few in-hand reports, the Optimus and Bumblebee are not very good in like build or overall quality, but Megatron and Starscream are supposed to be fairly okay.
Okay.
That Bumblebee looks a heck of a lot like the Legends class Hotshot that was available years ago.
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It looks basically exactly like it. So these are at Toys R Us, which doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be at Toys R Us here, because these really look like dollar store toys.
Yeah, these are, I think, checking out your Family Dollar, your Dollar General, your Big Lots, those are going to be the places to look for these.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the Alpha Bravo designations are going to be like assortment designators. I one thing I heard was that the Bravo designation might indicate what we used to call like Market 6.
Okay.
Except it's not Market 6 anymore because there's way more. Like the market is not so granular as it was then. There's a lot more shades of gray in the middle there.
What was Market
Gotcha.
6?
Okay, so Market 6 was what they called everything that wasn't like Kmart, Walmart, Toys R Us, like, what they were saying is major 5 retailers. Then you have Market 6, which is like Dollar General, Family Dollar, Kohl's was under that flag for a while.
So that's interesting. I don't know how many Dollar Generals there are, but I know that they're opening more. I mean, there are thousands of them.
Yeah, there's a ton around here.
Yeah, I mean, they are lower in stores in respect to like the amount of stock they carry and everything. But when it comes to accessibility, I wouldn't count them out in any respect.
Yeah.
Well, and again, the Market 6 terminology was years ago when we still had Kmart, KB as common things. The whole landscape of retail has changed since that was in common use, which is why we might have an alternative designator for that sort of concept with the Bravo thing. It's not a main big box retail, but it is still an important retail outlet. Walgreens would probably fall into that too.
Yeah. So, go ahead, Don.
I was just looking at Amazon for something, and apparently they have RC in stock, $34.98 with free shipping.
That is probably a third-party seller.
Right. It's I'm trying to think who doesn't say who it's. Yeah, it's.
Well, unless it says sold by and fulfilled by Amazon, it's a third-party seller, Don.
Oh, also, just on that subject, though, when Toys R Us had RC back in stock on their site last week, they were also selling some on eBay, so you may want to check that for Grotesque for a while as well.
Oh, nice.
On it.
So, really awesome news. Amazon has Robots in Disguise, Combiner Force, Crash Combiners, Prime Lock, and Saberclaw. So Saberclaw is Saberhorn and Bisque in combiner form.
God. Eric just won't go away.
Eric and I were like, "Oh yeah, we're getting that."
I can't say that I love Bisque like Eric does, but I love Bisque.
I do love Bisque.
I love the idea of Bisque, and I love that a toy of that design exists in the deluxe-ish price point. I don't think I need it as a combiner.
Yeah.
I got what I consider the best Bisque toy already.
I want to get one of those.
I want Thermidor so bad.
I will take either at this point, but I do definitely want to get one of them.
I want a. So Takara did Bisque. Is Takara doing a Thermidor?
Transformers Adventure line is over.
It's completely over. Dang it!
So.
Because their repaint to like Thunderhoof and everything were great.
Oh, yeah.
I would have loved to see them do Storm Shop, but that does not seem like it's going to happen at this point.
Boo.
Unless they fold it in somehow to their Power of the Primes line, like they folded in some Generation stuff into Transformers Adventure.
Which I could kind of see them doing if they're breaking all the combiner stuff off into a separate line.
I certainly admire the crazy in that approach.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe they'll end up as part of Legends. Who knows?
Who knows? Okay. Flame Toys licensed Tarn.
Yeah.
Prototype images available.
It's just dark with red eyes, and I'm like, oh my god, I want it.
Yes, this is, of course, the first official Tarn toy, or figure, rather.
Yeah, so let's see here. Flame Toys, they
did the drift last year.
What was that, like 150?
200, I think.
200?
They are higher end toys. Like they're not to the Hot Toys level as the price indicates, but like they are higher end. And of course
non-transforming toys.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I mean, it's sad that I'm fine with non-transforming Transformers, but
it's
$300.
It's a more than meets the eye character, so there's no reason for it to transform.
oh man, $300.
Yeah.
God bless.
Yeah.
But
the eyes light up.
It's so tempting, though.
Anyway, they're going to be at was it Toy Soul in Hong Kong this weekend, so we'll probably see more of that then.
Awesome. We should do a mini cast just for that. Okay.
Not it.
Zeta Toys shows prototype Silver Arrow and official MP like Silverbolt. I hate that it's not a Springer, but at least it's a Silverbolt.
You are just itching for that
second one.
that. You're just itching for that 7th Springer, aren't you?
Yeah. This is what, the 4th Silverbolt?
Second.
Well,
So
okay.
this and
In this scale.
second
Toys.
MP Silverbolt.
Yeah.
But there's like 7 or 8 other third-party Silverbolts out there.
Well, let's see. TFC did aerial bots way back.
I have them.
A lot of people had them, and then a lot of people sold them.
That was the series that broke me on TFC Toys. Yeah, I never finished it.
Silverbolt is
They were
such
terrible.
Yeah, he's such a boring design. I mean, you have to create, if you're going to do a combiner, you have to do it for Superion. But he is so boring.
I mean, if somebody wants to like take Silverbolt and do like this really high detail, high engineering take on it, so you get something that's not just robot wearing a plain backpack or a plane with a robot strapped under it. Like, I'd like to see that for the engineering
So
accomplishment.
we have this non-transforming Tarn that's coming out. That's an official third party. Why doesn't a third party company like just try to do some, non-transforming stuff and just make cool looking toys and not have to focus on it? Like, I would love to have like,
Because it's hard to sell non-transforming Transformers.
you're
Yes.
right. I don't disagree with that. But if I had like a really okay, perfect example, going back to Zone with like Predaking, Devastator, all those, hell, even Trypticon, all those characters, and that just clearly they didn't draw them to well, actually in G1, none of them looked like they could break down, but they did anyway. But like characters like that, and just make a really awesome, like, Predaking figure with a cape, and I would buy it. I promise you, I would buy it.
Every time you bring up Zone, I'm just mad that I don't have cape and armor for my combiners yet.
I know!
And
Perfect effect.
I wonder if the Starscream coronation set can somehow be made to fit.
It'd probably be easier just to make it yourself.
I saw pictures on Twitter. These been going around for the last week or so of someone who's built a combiner out of Power of the Prime Starscream and put like a coronation cape on it, and it actually looks really good. They also stuck Legends class Skywarp on his chest armor somehow, and that Power of the Prime Starscream actually looks really good when you cover 90% of it up like that.
Yeah, it's a shame that it's a toy that looks better
when you can't
torso.
see it. Yeah,
in the torso mode, because the
Power of
robot
the Prime
mode is
Starscream.
yeah the robot mode is completely garbage. The jet mode is not a jet. It's
Yeah, I am only interested in any mold of that toy as a torso. There is nothing else I want that toy for.
So going back to Kilby's idea, I remember last year sometime there was somebody floating around. I don't know if it was actual prototype stage, but there was definitely like concept renders where they were wanting to make non-transforming like cartoon model Devastator and other combiners. But so far as I know, that never materialized, probably for lack of interest.
Yeah, I mean, I know those wouldn't sell that many, but it's not like they make that many of these third-party toys to begin with.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're like a new starting out company, your costs in doing this are going to be higher, and you kind of like,
Yeah.
you can't fall back on nobody makes a lot of these. We have to make a ton of these because we got to pay a lot more than these established people do, and they know better than to try to do this.
Like the gosh, I've already forgot the name of it. That Galvatron that we picked up, that's basically a ripoff of the Titan's Return.
Big cannon,
Yeah, like who made that?
open and play.
Open and Play. Like something like that, that's simple, kind of inexpensive.
Mm-hmm.
A company like that should tackle it. I would be fine with it. It doesn't have to be like, it definitely doesn't have to be Fans Toys quality, because I don't even like that to begin with, because it's not my jam. Like, just something plastic and simple would make my day. We really would. So, okay.
There's a lot of untapped potential in third party, like both unlicensed and licensed, honestly. And it's just a matter of, I don't think there's enough market saturation available to take advantage of most of those ideas. Like doing updated Action Masters. Like, non-transforming toys are something that the licensed people are stuck with because Hasbro and Takara don't want competing transforming products out there, even if they're approving them. I think the unofficial third parties are going to be more likely to do the transforming stuff because they can, and they think people are going to be more interested in that in general. So, and they're probably not wrong.
What they need to remember is the action is alive.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yes,
actually.
It is. Yes, it is.
It's pretty much just dead there sitting on the table. It's just like,
who will join me?
It's like, I can hold my giant gun. No, I can't.
Who will give up the ability to transform to become stronger, faster, more alive? I will.
Not me.
Count
Not
me in.
me.
Okay. Moving along.
Jazz looking Prime. Hell no.
Okay. So what do we got going on here? So Generation Toy Guardian prototype photos of unofficial protected bots and Defensor. So that sure is the protected bots.
Sure more third-party protected bots. That's what that is.
The first one of these companies, maybe Fans Hobby, the first one that actually tackles, say, Raiden.
Closer to Mike Don.
Oh, sorry. Maybe the first one that actually tackles something out of the ballpark like Raiden could make so much money from so many people that I'll be glad just to get something that's not Superion or Defensor.
No, I'll tell you
what. You say that, but how did Fans Project do with their Dino King?
Well, that's true. But here's the thing. I want a new Raiden. I don't care. I want a new
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, Don. Like, the first third party that makes a Raiden and goes as far as making it Combiner Wars and Power of the Primes design compatible. I will give my money to that project, even though I am, like 99% out on third-party stuff at this point.
Yeah, I want Combiner Wars compatible stuff.
Yeah,
and I want a Raiden. I mean,
I don't want a masterpiece Raiden. I want one that interacts with the combiners I actually have.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a new take on JRX. I love JRX. I think
can
JRX
live without that.
But I would like to see. But Raiden is one. It's one of them figures the third party's made for. We're not going to get one from any Takara or Hasbro, whatever the case may be, because I think the success or failure of Liokaiser, how you look at that, would probably negate any future lookings at that, at least for right now.
You mean the Hasbro Liokaiser?
Yeah.
Who can like Hasbro is so not transparent with a lot of that stuff. Who knows
on
if
the
it's
other
sold
hand,
well?
you can still go on Amazon right now and get Liokaiser for $80.
You can do that with just about
any Entertainment Earth has them 50% off right now.
Okay, it didn't sell well.
So it's. But I like the way it's like that. Like this Superion. Again, still Superion has one of the best overall symmetries, one of the best combined modes. He's just boring because it's white and red with a little bit of black highlights, and that's it.
And that's going to be your problem. Less than the performance of Liokaiser, the problem with getting a new Raiden made, especially if Hasbro has to be involved in it, is that it's 6 trains. So you're asking them to make 6 basically identical boxes on wheels in different colors, granted, but you're asking them to make literally the least interesting thing they can possibly make. 6 of them that you have to get either separately or in a big expensive set together to actually make this happen. And it's just it literally has everything stacked against it. Sadly.
Yeah.
I wish it didn't.
But it's weird. Takara has a line of transforming trains.
Yeah.
And they don't
Tomika.
They're
all over Ollie. I mean Ollie's, so they must not do that well here.
No, the trains aren't a Tomika brand thing. There's something else Takara does.
Wait, you mean
Shinkarian, I think.
You're talking about transforming trains.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about the trains, which is Tomika, which they
No, we're talking
Oh,
about
no.
transforming trains.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
In Japan, they have Shinkalion, which is actually a transforming train robot line.
Wow. Like all that stuff that I want that Takara does that isn't Transformers costs too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
It sucks.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Although, you don't have to get the Japanese Power of the Primes this year, so you could actually start looking at some of those non-Transformers Takara lines.
Hey.
And in about 4 years, when the stuff hits Korea, you can get the Sonicon versions.
Do they still do that? Like, is Sonic King still a thing?
Well, I think Sonicon was doing some of the Tobot stuff.
You've
I-
lost
I
me.
don't-
Or was Tobot stuff actually original to them?
You know what? I think maybe you're right.
Because that was the Korean toy line.
That's
to
right.
start
Yeah,
with.
it was. You're right.
Anyway, we're getting way off base here.
Yeah.
And I can just imagine the veins bulging in Kilby's forehead. So,
Yeah,
let's move on.
we're getting off track.
So Perfect Effect shows off Gorira Jr. Redeco plus reveals future Perfect Combiner line. So this is their mini, what, it's supposed to be Ape Face? Or what? I forgot what the hell this was.
These are the little accessory gorillas for their not optimal Optimus.
Oh, yeah.
And these are not really color coordinated, but they seem designed to go with their not Primal Prime.
Oh, yeah. So I forgot they did Super Primal Prime. That's awesome.
Did that come out yet, or is that still...
It did.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's such a weird toy.
But anyway, in the same Facebook post, they also basically just have probably everybody figured anyway that they're going to start designing upgrade stuff based around the Power of the Prime stuff. So those combiners will also have some upgrades in the works, which is probably a good thing for like Volcanicus.
Oh, Volcanicus
Yeah.
needs some work.
Well, I think Paladin had this, and he said it was a decent figure, but it was way over engineered.
Oh yeah, because he was trying to sell that Optimal Optimus recently.
Yeah. Okay. Any thoughts around this before we move ahead?
I mean, I don't really care about it.
Yeah, there you go. It's pretty. Hey, guess what? tfradio.net/Titan Eater. You can get Trypticon. He's down to like $107.
As of the time I wrote the show notes,
Yeah.
it probably still is. So.
It is right now. So if you want Trypticon, he's definitely worth getting. tfradio.net/Titan Eater. And for any and all of your Transformers or toilet paper needs, go to tfradio.net/Amazon. Amazon won't charge you a cent more, but they'll send us back a little bit of that toilet paper money to help pay for the show.
I bought dried apples for the yearly fruitcake through Amazon because I couldn't find them locally.
Hell yeah, thanks. So that would be
I've actually
great.
done most of my Christmas shopping through Amazon this year, in fact, so using the link. So
You were the man.
As did I, as well as my giant Mega Bloks kits. So
all right.
tfradio.net/Amazon. What, like you have a week left, but guess what? Shitty shipping.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you have Amazon Prime, but if you don't,
tfradio.net/Prime.
you might be able to get a free 30-day trial.
There's also gift cards. You can get it at tfradio.net/Amazon. If you are like late, if your Dononomics isn't working and you don't get paid like the Friday before Christmas, you can always do like a last minute gift card through the website.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Rob, what's on TFormers this week?
Okay, we've got a few things. First up is that Infobar Optimus Prime phone. They got an artist to make a sculpture of it entirely out of cardboard, and
I saw that.
this woman is amazing. There's a link in the story to her Instagram which shows some of the other things she's done, and I recommend everybody look it out check it out because there is just some spectacular work on there. She's made Brian, you remember the mimics from Dragon Quest, the treasure chests?
Oh yeah. Well,
There's one of those.
Those are also from D&D.
Yeah, but the specific design she did is from Dragon Quest. It's on there. Cardboard proton packs. Just of all the most ridiculously detailed things, a cardboard can of Heineken on her gallery. And just check out her Instagram. She is an amazing artist. She has done some incredible work, not the least of which is this Optimus Prime. Beyond that, we've got a video review from China with screenshots of Power of the Prime's Rodimus Prime. and the I still want it. It looks pretty good, but those foil stickers on the side of the trailer, those are nostalgic to me in a very bad way.
Yeah, they're already wrinkling and folding.
Yeah, they do not look much better than the ones on my 30-some-year-old beat-up Rodimus Prime.
You know, even though the Japanese Power of the Prime stuff looks nigh on identical, I still can't help but wonder if the stickers might be higher quality.
I hope so, but I'm still thinking these are going to be just U.S. boxes with stickers on them like some of the Last Night stuff was. We'll find out. Also, we've got from Taggle, who does pretty good toy photography. He got a hold of the special edition Transformers The Last Night Clear Optimus Prime, the Voyager, which was just released to coincide with the Japanese release of Last Night on DVD and Blu-ray.
Is that on your list, Don?
I think it's...
If I can find it cheaper than $100, but I doubt
it
I
doesn't
will.
look bad to me at all, and I hate to say
I
that.
think this is the 7-Eleven exclusive one.
I thought it was some kind of like mail order deal, but you may be right. I don't remember the exact.
Now,
From what I can recall, before the movie came out, you could pre-order the DVD, and you had the option of also ordering the special version of Voyager Optimus along with it. I think delivery on that has just finally happened now.
Can you still order DVDs to Amazon Japan and get a free toy ship with it too?
Well, you can try if you can find it.
I looked while ago and couldn't find it on there.
Oh well. And lastly, we've got the first look at the packaging for MP39 Sunstreaker.
Sure is a masterpiece box.
Yep.
Yep.
Sunstreaker's also reminiscent of the G1 box when it comes to his positioning, how he's standing, the tilt.
I'm sure that was entirely accidental.
Oh,
No.
yes.
So pretty cool. Okay. Before we go to what's on the network, let's go ahead and see, Jason, has there been any activity in the chat?
Oh, of course there's activity in the chat, Brian. The chat's the place to be.
It is the place to be, tfradio.net/live each and every Wednesday. So what's going on?
Okay, so first I want to point out Rodimus Supreme had a good point while we were talking about Heavy Metal War. You had mentioned about your fanfic thing.
Yeah.
And he made the point that technically any child's made-up story while playing with their Transformers would be fan fiction.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
That's a good point.
You had asked for some contest ideas. Nightwingham 1 said, predict when Massey will attack in the show. So kind of an over-under type thing, if you will. And CatMax Gaming, and he's already submitted something for this, says to make your own combiner contest. You just sort of Jenga together several bots to make it look like a bigger bot. Balance is the key.
Yeah, I thought... Here, let me pull it up, see if I can get this on the screen.
Jenga, no, it's too soon.
Make your best combiner. It can be out of combiners, or it can be out of regular figures.
Well, points for originality happen when you do your own with regular figures, of course.
It's very... it's very Energon to me.
That's one way to put it. Oh boy!
But that gives them a week. You can tweet at TF Radio.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that one. Don't get
well,
people.
if you want to do it anyway, and just, tweet at
But
TF
it won't
Radio.
count as a contest.
We're
entry,
not doing
sorry.
that as a contest.
And those were the two contest entry ideas. So might have to put your thinking cap on after the show, Brian. Now, as far as questions, we got a couple. Eric submitted several that were about Bisk. I ignored all of them, so none of those.
Jared wasn't in the chat this week.
No, Jared Hebert was not in the chat. Next time he's in there, we'll have to take.
He is going to be so upset.
He is.
I said, now that we got a Rector in the Transformers Hall of Fame, can we try and get Bisk in there?
Did a Rector didn't win? Did he?
No, but he was
nominated.
Running. Yeah.
Basically, he was nominated and said, "Yeah, we did. We know the joke. We got it. Don't do it again."
Yeah, a Bisk is basically the millennial Skybite.
Yes, he is.
I wonder what
so-
they're going to do for Hall of Fame this year, though, since we're not having HasCon.
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
Maybe they just won't induct every year.
Perhaps.
Maybe they'll do it at TFCon.
Yeah. Well, Hasbro has had some involvement from like a licensing perspective with TFCon. TFCon was
They
able to
licensed a
license
t-shirt.
Yeah, a t-shirt. In the past, before BotCon was official, Hasbro would send representation. I mean, with all the third-party stuff, there's no way. I don't think Hasbro would really sanction TFCon in any way,
Yeah.
which is kind of sad because it would be nice to see them work together a little bit. Go ahead, Jason. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. All right, so best questions aside, Eric did ask, Jason Kirk, why are you so old?
Because he was born before you. That's generally how it works.
Yeah, but so were all of us.
Eric, you will be old very soon.
And I'm going to
Sooner
laugh
than you
and
realize.
laugh and laugh. I'll be laughing in my grave.
We got a question from... we actually got a question from Rodimus Supreme. What is your favorite KO Transform... Okay, this isn't a question for Brian. KO Transformers figure. Not third party. Straight KO.
I love KOs.
Okay. Oversized, undersized, whatever. His is the Zhujiang Toys Supreme Commander, so the oversized SG Voyager.
Like, my favorite KOs are the ones that are clearly and obviously KO'd, like the ones that are in completely wrong colors, oftentimes molded into one piece. Like, crap, they're not sitting here. I put them somewhere. The Tuesday morning KO combiners that are shrunk down, I finally went and opened all of mine, and I love them. They're amazing. The robots are non-transforming, most of them. They're just so neat. They're basically what I was talking about before, which is the non-transforming combiners. So I might as well put capes on them. Like, no joke.
Yeah.
So I actually have my favorite knockoff right at hand. It's the knockoff that was in the Walgreens Eastern basket two or 3 years ago of Fans Project Munitioner.
That's still in one piece?
Because I don't touch it, except for special occasions. Yes, the crayon wax is still intact.
Mm-hmm. Made of exactly
so I just love that. I love that a third-party KO not only exists at low quality, but within a Walgreens Easter basket one year. That is just like the perfect storm.
Yes.
I think my favorite KO is I've got a little... It was a series in Japan about a locomotive that turned into a robot, and I have a KO of it. It's a green locomotive, and his arms come off, and his fists turn and become the cow catchers. And they plug in the front, and then his legs slide together, and there's two little sliding panels that have raised textures on the back. That's like the coal tender.
You lost me.
And it's just a little transforming train, but I love that little thing. I've had it for 25, 30 years. And I love it.
Mine is probably still the Fortress Maximus knockoff that is about maybe 8 inches tall, Fortress Minimus. It's the neither head transforms, but they do actually separate from the body and from each other.
Is it a knockoff of Fortress Maximus Jr.?
No, it is a almost full featured knockoff of Fortress Maximus. I mean, obviously the elevator in body does not work, but otherwise, it just about everything that the full size toy does.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I got one for myself, and I sent Chris one. I found it Tuesday morning one year.
Holy crap!
Yeah, so check Tuesday morning. They do, I haven't been there in a while, but they were still turning up every so often.
And this predated the Kabaya kit too, because if it hadn't, I'm pretty sure this knockoff would have just been of the Kabaya Fort Max.
Yeah.
I'm going to check eBay right now because I need that.
They're on eBay. They have been almost constantly.
That should not be a problem.
Probably running about $22, $25.
Oh, I will pay that.
And generally, if you're in the market for shrunken KOs, if you have a Tuesday morning near you, this is the right time of year to look, and they're fairly reliable with that.
I've been to a Tuesday morning before, and I just prefer to try to avoid that much concentrated sadness.
Well, yeah, the one, sadly, we had two around us, and the one that didn't reek of despair is the one that closed.
Aw.
So it's now a Chuck E. Cheese. So
So it's despair in another way.
Funny enough, the Tuesday morning near me actually moved to a larger location across the street. So maybe Kim and I will go to Tuesday morning tomorrow.
The one Tuesday morning where I knew where it was apparently turned into a laundromat at some point in the intervening years.
Is that knockoff Fort Max the correct color or?
Yes.
Basically, yeah.
Crap. Because I'm just trying to scan through all the photos and I'm not seeing it.
I saw Tuesday morning just start getting in knockoff Creos.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
they have.
How can you tell the difference between a knockoff Creo and an actual?
Just the box.
Hold together.
Schrodinger's
People
Creo.
sell knockoff Creos.
Wow. So I have my knockoff Raiden somewhere that is more or less indistinguishable from the real thing, and but it's not like a knockoff where I think it wasn't created to be a forgery, because I only own one knockoff that is a forgery, which is a knockoff reflector, a G1 reflector. And it was, I mean, it looks brand new, but if you have a discerning eye, I don't, you can tell that it's a KO. But yeah, I have a really nice Raiden knockoff, but it's in so many parts and across so many bins, it'll never be, I'm certain I'm missing parts of it now. But I love knockoffs that are weird and crazy, and things like that. I don't like forgeries,
Right.
which is what I'll call it, or the ones that are improved, the ones that are really there to replace to be bought instead of the official product.
You like the knockoffs that basically boil down to performance art.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Yeah.
That's great.
Great.
What else, Jason?
Well, I mean, really, we have one more question here. Velo from the chat, VELO. And I can't remember if you guys mentioned this or not. He said, I don't remember hearing you guys mention anything about the A+ Toys animated Dirt Boss / Devastator. I guess it was announced in October, and he wanted to get thoughts about it. I can't remember if it was brought up. Brian,
I don't recall. I recall vaguely that it was going to exist, but I don't remember if we actually talked about it.
So there's a picture of it in the Skype chat for everyone, and yeah, it's Dirt Boss from animated, and he turns into a head for Devastator. I think they said they were going to actually do a 5-member team, although they kind of have to get Dirt Boss out before they can even get that far.
We did not talk about this. I don't remember it, but it's beautiful.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
It's an awfully ambitious plan, given how third-party animated stuff has gone in the past, which is to say, not well.
Yeah.
So for people watching the video, here's what he looks like, and here's the head. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that stylized animated head is really cool.
Yeah.
For something that didn't exist in the cartoon, this sure puts me in mind of the cartoon.
It does look.
I am trying to picture how he would act. This is compatible with the Combiner Wars figure? Supposedly? No, okay.
No, they were going to do their own Combiner.
Okay, because I'm looking and I'm like, how in the hell would that work?
Super glue. That's how that would work.
Super glue. Yeah, that's nice. No, we didn't talk about it. Very cool. So that's it.
Well, other than Eric wanted to know what five characters would be combiner limbs for Bisk. Come on, Eric, really?
Bisk, and Thermidor.
I mean, I would, yeah. So if Bisk were to be G1-ified, he could
it wouldn't be as fun anymore.
he could probably be made into one of the C-Cons or something.
Oh, there you go. Do do like TFC Poseidon, but do every limb in Bisque colors. That's how I would do that, Eric. How's that?
Or they could re-release their Nautilator in Bisque colors and
re-release Tripredicus, but recolor C-Clamp as Bisque.
Yeah, there you go. Something like that.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Not tried combining them yet, so I thought that would be an interesting little aside.
Oh, that will transform a large slice of your day into an adventure, Don. Believe me.
Did I review that one? I might have reviewed that one.
Alrighty. Rob Clay is now Tommy Kennedy. Okay. Superhero Time presents that one episode of Star Trek, Pen Pals, Horses and the Starfleet Captains Who Love Them. It's a special episode of Star Trek this week, as Picard is finally able to confess to his one true love, his horse. Meanwhile, Wesley must struggle against appalling editing during his first assignment as team leader, and Data casually violates the Prime Directive for about 2 months without telling anybody in Season 2 episode of Pen Pals. All that and vague talk about the end of the season of the Orville as we close in on the end of the life of the podcast.
Sadness.
2 episodes left.
Yeah. Well, just waiting for the that one episode of Sailor Moon to kick in.
I was wondering what you were going to do with that this week.
Yeah, thank you. Being awesome with Rob Springer, episode 129, Snow Days with a Z. This week in Awesome, Rob recounts his snow day while talking about Power of the Prime's Dreadwind. Turns out it has knees. Q&A wants to know about preferences in lobster robots. And be sure to check out Rob's site at zonebase.org. RPG Lessons Learned, episode 32, Terror on the Kataro. Kataro, thank you. BF RPG. This week, Dusty gets grilled by Brian and Mike on the Mace 2017 play of Terror on the Kataro, thank you. A 1920s pulp adventure.
Very cool. Diecast, you had some reviews up, or you will have a review up, didn't you? Or won't you?
I will. I'll have a Fans Hobby Power Baser up very soon. Hopefully tomorrow.
Awesome.
So by the time some people listen to this, it may already be up.
So don't forget, you can find this episode at tfradio.net/549 to view the show notes and all the links. Don't forget our voicemail line, 931-99-GO-BOT. That's 931-994-6268. You can also send a text there. It's pretty cool. Follow us on Twitter at TFRadio, on Facebook at facebook.com/TFRadio, and on Instagram at TFPodcast. I am personally on Twitter at BKilby, and on Instagram at Brian Kilby. Rob Springer, who's not here, is at RoboRobSpringer and at zonebase.org. And John DeLuna, who is not here as well this week, can be found at that John D basically everywhere. Diecast, how do people get a hold of you?
My address is they can follow me on Twitter at Diecast2, on Facebook at Reviews by Diecast, and also check out the reviews at RFC Reviews on YouTube.
Chris?
Flickr.com/ChrisRTXV.
And that's also the place you can find him on Twitter at ChrisRTXV. What if people Google ChrisRTXV? What will they find?
I assume my Twitter account and maybe my Flickr.
You've had so many different screen names over the years, so I guess you haven't consolidated under that.
I stuck with XV for a long time.
I miss Rodimus Prime, though. He was such a good kid.
Kind of annoying, though.
He was.
And that voice, I just couldn't stand that.
If he was good, we know what happened to him. XV killed him.
XV killed him. He was. Okay, Don?
I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EBR.
Matt?
Jason.
At MELLLVARR. Rob?
I am on Twitter at Figure Reviewers and Flail-Throughs. Also on YouTube at Flail-Throughs. Not sure when I'm going to be starting it, but thanks to a viewer, I'll be starting a new PS3 game soon, Mobile Suit Gundam Side Stories. And, of course, all the video work that XV and I, currently mostly XV, do for TFormers can be found on YouTube at TFormers TV.
And Jason?
Go to your nearest window and scream my name as loudly as possible, and I'll come. No, at Jason S. Kirk on Twitter.
So, real quick, I want to mention one thing for people who are still here listening. So there's a hubbub over the last week about Patreon, and we're not on Patreon. I mean, I have a page, but it's mostly so that I can support other creators that I follow.
We keep trying again to do Patreon for the show. But...
Yeah. So we may do that. I've got some ideas and some schemes going on, but I just want to thank
and some premium content.
Yeah,
he's a schemer.
But I do want to thank all the people that have donated to our PayPal recently, because we've had a few of those and they've been very helpful and very appreciated, and we love you for that. And hope you have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and all the holidays in between. So thank you very much. And for people, and of course, people who use our link at tfradio.net/Amazon. We will be back next week with our massive year-end show. I have a lot of work ahead of me.
We're going to need a whole couple bowls of coffee for that one.
Yeah. I
don't have enough Mountain Dew for this.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
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 Oh.
Hey, so about that, I forget. Do we pre-record that one normally, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we can do?
I think last year we might have tried to run a live
Let's
stream
not.
alongside in case anybody
did,
was
yeah.
insane.
So my recommendation is probably to do what we've done in the past, which is to pre-record and then just put the video up to launch during a normal stream time.
Sounds good.
That sounds about right.
Because it's going to be so impossible to do that. So, or if we wanted to do like something short and fun during that time, that's like an extra or whatever. I mean, what else are we going to be doing?
Well, was it like 2, maybe even 3 years ago? You guys had your pre-recorded show, and then you just got on. I think you were doing it on.
Yeah.
You just got on Wednesday night. You guys just BS'd for like
We did
2
anyway.
hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was fun.
We actually like each other, so it's not like we or have to be forced into doing this.
I mean, I would say there's a Venn diagram there, but yeah, in general.
I didn't understand what that meant, but I think that was a shot.
So Venn diagram, VENN diagram. Google it. You'll recognize it.
I don't care. Diecast had the best answer.
Yep.
I miss John. John
I
was
appreciate when Diecast is self-aware.
Yeah. Okay.
Someone said we could do our Star Wars then.
We could.
Oh wow.
For those of us who see it between now and then.
I'll be seeing it on Friday.
I seriously might try to go see it tomorrow night. I'm still deciding.
So this means, when are we going to record this?
Over
Record
the weekend sometime, preferably.
Could we do it Sunday? That means I've got a shit ton of work to do between now and then.
Okay, so you're going to do 5:50 on Sunday,
Yes.
is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sunday evening I could do.
That work. I can do it.
I could
Probably.
do Sunday evening.
Yeah, I think that's a winner. Dawn, do you
Dawn?
have a problem with that?
I'm not seeing the movie, so I'm not.
No,
we're
this
talking
is
about
The
5:50.
year-end, show.
Oh no,
5:50.
I'm actually off next Wednesday and Thursday, so that won't be a problem. I'm off.
No,
No, we're
we want to
talking
record.
Sunday
we want
night.
to record the year-end Sunday evening.
Oh,
Pre-record.
what? I'm sorry. What time are y'all starting then?
So, sometime Sunday evening we were looking at. Is that possible for you?
We're asking you if that's
Okay.
doable.
What time do you have to go to bed on Sunday, Don?
Preferably no later than 9 to 9:15 because I have to be up at 3 to go into work at 4.
Okay, so who would be able to start on Sunday at like 6 Eastern?
I can do that.
I can do any time on Sunday.
I wouldn't be able.
I
to
would.
do
I would
like-
prefer to start, earlier. So
I wouldn't be able to start till like 7. If I work, I don't know.
So you have superhero time this coming week, Chris?
Yes.
What about Tuesday?
Tuesday's good for me.
I could.
I don't
Yeah.
want to record a 3-hour podcast before having to go to work the next day.
Yeah,
Definitely in the
well,
morning.
well, Tuesday's fine with me because like I said, I'm off Wednesday.
Okay, how about this? In the past, and people watching live, we're making sausage. This is how it always works. So
I love this stuff.
yeah. So how about this? We break this stuff up anyway because it's hard. Why don't we start recording at 6 and then bring in whoever can come in after for the second part?
Yeah, we're just gonna be recapping a bunch of news for like the first 2 hours anyway.
Yeah,
So 6 on Sunday or 6 on Tuesday?
Sunday.
Okay.
Sorry, Don. I didn't mean to.
Because that should give us
Monday.
enough time. That should give us enough time to run through the whole thing and have you in bed when you need to be.
Yeah, because I got to edit and do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I can push to 9:30 and still get 5.5 hours. Hopefully, if somebody will let me sleep.
Yeah, but Don, you have to get up at 3 in the morning, and I have to get up at 4, no later than 4 in the morning. So
Yeah.
I don't want to be doing this super late either. Trust me.
Okay.
We can make
Brian,
it.
I don't
we
know
can,
what your process is on this, but if there's anything I can do to help you out, let me know.
Can you affect space and time?
If I squint, no, it didn't work.
And there's a solar flare.
So
No, that's how it goes to 69.
if you're free, we could probably use some help, especially during the hours when we're going to be missing people, or the hour or so when we may be short a person. If everybody, if everybody is okay with, like, if they need to go to bed early, to leave early or come in late because.
Well, are we doing the like top picks of the year, favorite toy of the year, and
We will. I will make
predictions?
So
2018 predictions.
So if you do this as a Venn diagram, yes, that's when everybody is together. That's when we'll do that stuff.
Van just needs to keep out of our mess. That's what he needs to do.
Venn needs to keep out of our.
This
mess.
sounds like it's going to be fun to edit.
Oh God, it's gonna be a
Glad it's not
bitch.
me.
Could help with that.
So yeah, it'll be fun. We'll make it work.
All right, so we're starting at 6 on Sunday then.
6 on Sunday, then join when you're available. So diecast at 7, you can come on.
Unless he's not working on Sunday because he said he wasn't sure about that.
Yeah. I'll have to find out.
Don't play
and let you
hooky.
know.
Don't play hooky because of this.
No, I just
Totally play hooky because of this. It's totally
like
worth it.
I had off last Sunday. I had no idea until Saturday, so it's just the way it works out.
Well, Brian, if you don't mind, can you send like an email out like Saturday night or something?
Yes.
Just as
A reminder.
Yes.
Good call.
Or you can put something in your calendar, Don. It's like
I don't. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I live by my calendar at work. I don't even manage a calendar at home anymore. I need to.
That's where I do manage a calendar for home stuff.
I've got one on the wall, and I very rarely ever use it. It's just like on the rare occasion I'll remember, okay, taxes due by this day, and I have to put down my property taxes. Otherwise, because it's something that never happens, but like twice a year. If I don't write it down, I'll forget about it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Thankfully, I didn't do that during the show this week.
Yeah. So as far as what we're picking for the favorites, just keep it simple. One official and one third party. Just keep it simple.
I don't care.
You're gonna live to regret saying that, Brian.
I mean, that part of the show never takes up that much time anyway.
Right.
No,
Well, it's just
We can change that.
Yes, we can.
Is that a threat?
it's a promise.
maybe do 3 and 3.
I just figured maybe if we're just limiting it to one apiece before we get or even through email, we might want to tell everybody what we're looking at.
I am doing one toy,
so there's not a lot of duplication. Just so we add some variety.
No, screw variety.
Yeah.
This is about what we like.
it's about honesty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Don, if you want to do a third party, great. I'm not doing a third party.
Okay.
God.
But if you want to pre-screen your pick so we can tell you that you can't pick that would also be cool. Don.
and then I'll tell you what you can do with your suggestion.
And this is why we don't need to worry about variety.
Everyone already knows my pick. Fans Toys Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know, but it makes sense once you mention it.
Yeah.
I knew it would be fan toys something.
And Phoenix, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
I do have 2 of them.
Of course, we're still streaming, and you just ruined it. You just ruined the surprise for everybody else
Spoilers.
listening.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, Doc has spoilers.
I think anyone who's been watching the show could figure it out.
Yeah.
Probably.
River Song would be disappointed in you.
That's a reference I understand. Unfortunately.
Hey.
I will say
Hey.
I haven't touched Phoenix. I will say Phoenix is an amazing looking toy, but God, I cannot stand all the metal and crap in Fans Toys. They're just so freaking heavy. I know people think that's super premium and that's great and all, but there's something to be said about plastic.
I'm kind of 2 minds on it. I mean, I really kind of like the all plastic Transformer and how little it breaks compared to the G1 stuff I had, and I can see applications of metal, where I would appreciate them. Just I'm content with what I'm getting from Hasbro.
Yeah, I mean,
Much.
it's not even like it's not a third party versus official thing. I mean, that was an argument back during the days of Vinyl Tech and alternators. And
And was alternators superior in that case, just because the colors all matched and the paint didn't chip.
Yeah, having I like at least with Smokescreen, I had both, and I vastly preferred the Hasbro version.
I mean, I can see preferring like the way the finish looks on the Vinyl Tech stuff, because like paint over metal is always going to look very different to colored plastic or even painted plastic.
Yeah.
Like I can understand that, but it's not my preference.
Yeah.
Well,
I would like
Fans Hobby,
Mhm.
all plastic. There's
Good.
no die cast. This.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot about. I have not handled a Fans Hobby toy personally, but like everything
I
I
have.
hear about the way they're designed and the way they work, like that's a third party company that kind of is in the same line of thought I am with a toy.
I like toys. I want them to be toys.
But no, I would not mind like the metal style Vinyl Tech, but I would, if they ever do that again, I would like to see if they could get the entire like body of the car to be metal, just so it all matched.
I mean,
'Cause-
I think they could, just with enough predetermination in the engineering.
They could be like the Matchbox Parasites, where you basically just took the body off and you had a little trimming thing underneath. That would be terrible.
Yeah, an engine with arms and legs.
Yeah. God, those are awful and awesome. Yep, I remember Matchbox Parasites, but I didn't remember that Prime Masters turned into guns.
Yeah, we both bear that shame.
Well, it kind of helps that Chris and I actually had them. That does help with the understanding of them. We have held them.
This is why I've seen them in person, but this is why I want to have the Hasbro and Takara version. I want to have the Hasbro version early so I can talk about it, and I want to have the Takara version of stuff because it's nicer usually. Yeah,
It just doesn't apply this time
just doesn't apply this time.
that we know of.
Yep, to the best of our ability to guess.
And also, like I was talking about this in pre-show, like literally, I think my brain is
Nice.
completely running out of juice or something. My memory
Oh yeah,
is so shot.
we're still streaming, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to mention to anybody who's still listening to the show at this point, if you have any designs on possibly getting into video editing at any point in the near
Vegas.
future,
Oh yeah.
Humble Bundle right now, you can get Vegas Pro Edit 14 for $20 along with a whole suite of other software from the same current publisher.
I'll get that, even though I use Premiere.
Yeah,
but-
I mean, there's no harm for $20 in having that sitting around.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, and how much
After
is it usually,
Christmas.
Chris? How many hundreds?
About $250 for that.
400 according to Humble's website.
Well, they're
MSRP,
okay. I'm
yeah.
going by Amazon's pricing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I just bought Reaper so I could record RPG LL with, and it does. I mean, it's an advanced piece of software, but it's not as advanced. It's audio, but it was way more than $20.
I bet I know whose YouTube channels you're going to be using to learn about that.
Yeah. Well, that's not the reason that I bought it.
Yeah.
But when I did a Google search for like the software that would do what I want, and I saw that Reaper was one of them, I'm like, well, I guess that makes sense. So Jason's talking
Vegas Pro.
I thought it was Sony, wasn't it?
It used to be.
Yeah. So a company called Magix bought Vegas from Sony.
Gotcha.
So now it's just Vegas Pro.
Oh wait, there's music maker software with this.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. I used to do the music for like stuff. I did the music for one of the parody, like the Ravage 3 Bodies Evolution recording. Man, I think I'm gonna buy. Yeah, I'm definitely buying this. Okay, but yeah. So Jason is talking about the YouTube channel Booth Junkies, which I freaking love.
Yep. Me too.
But yeah, that's luckily the bundle lasts for like 2 weeks because I should be able to pick this up after Christmas.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go in on this too.
I'm doing it now.
Yeah, it's a good deal. Oh, Don's gone.
It is. Like, I would just grab it now because sometimes Humble does run out of keys for things. But you know, if I could be like 100% certain that Grotesque was not going to show up in the next like week and a half.
Yeah.
So the thing,
better.
Don still has the Humble bundle that I gave him that had all of the IDW comics in it, and I guarantee you, he's never redeemed it. I could go and look, and I'm certain it would say it's not been redeemed.
Those keys do expire, so he may not have it anymore. But he has a cat.
He has a cat.
So Diecast, how's Power Baser?
He's I like him. He's big. He's big. Very nice. He's chunky bot.
How much do you think that weighs?
Oh, it's all plastic. Can't weigh that much.
What's retail on it?
209.
It's nice looking.
Yeah.
Not nice enough for I'm going to pay that much, but
I pre-ordered it. I didn't think I would, but I did.
Yeah, he's nice.
I'll be interested when there's some in hand on their Overlord to see how that ended up coming out.
Overlord's
Yeah.
going to be even bigger than this, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
because
probably.
eventually I'm sure there's God Bomber stuff to put on him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to look at and see. I mean, I guess there could be ports on the foot for, pieces, and I mean, he's really solid, so, he could definitely
Hold the
have
bits.
some add-on pieces and not be, falling over or anything like that, so.
Welcome back, Matt.
Hi.
So you're gonna go buy that router tomorrow, right?
I'll just order one from Amazon. Honestly,
Can we all chip in to get Matt good internet where he lives?
if I could get good internet where I live, I would have good internet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem.
The problem is
Like
they
I
cut
said-
his line like 50 times.
Oh yeah, that too.
that probably didn't help any at all. Because I didn't have this problem with cutting out every 5 damn minutes before they did that.
Yeah, you should probably actually talk to your provider and
Yeah, if the new router doesn't help, I will.
so I just ran into the Spectrum guy was in Walmart today. He's trying to sell me. I'm like, I already have it. So then I thought, oh wait, can you tell me about the new fiber packages that Spectrum offers in this area? And he couldn't get me the pricing, but he gave me a phone number to call. I had fiber before I moved. It was awesome. Apparently there's gigabit and 10 gigabit, but it's under their enterprise packaging,
Oh yeah.
which means I probably can't afford it. But but if I can get it and it's not ridiculous, even Kim is up for doing it, because Kim has already asked. Kim asked, and I was so proud of her. She said, where would we have to move to get Google Fiber?
Well, nowadays.
Well, Charlotte has it. Yeah. So she was basically wanting to know how far south we would have to move. I'm like, I'm so proud of you.
Because next week, with me being off my 2 days, if I'm not dead tired, I've got to go talk to my cable company since I bought my PS4. So, because
yeah, you're going to need better internet for the package for everything.
For anything. Cable company. I just bought a PS4. I need to know how I can use this on.
Hallelujah! Don got better internet. Thank God.
Well, I'm going to have to talk to them and see, because I don't know. I don't know how much internet I need more than what I've got.
All of it.
I don't,
as much as they can give you.
I don't want to.
I don't want answer.
Yeah, I don't want to spend, because I hate to even think about what's going to do to my bill just to play these games. But I picked up the Battle Chasers RPG game that I wanted, and I picked up the last copy of The Last of Us that they had.
The last copy, The Last of Us.
That does sound funny, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the two games that I've been really wanting to play, because I was a big fan of the Battle Chasers comic back in the day.
I'll be back in a minute.
But I have no idea how much. I mean, literally, I don't want to overspend on getting more internet than I need, because I'm afraid what's going to do to my bill as it is. Because I'm already paying $60 a month for base cable and what I've got, because you have to have cable with
That's
the internet.
Cheap. That's cheap, actually.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah, but for how bad his service is,
yeah,
it's not that cheap.
Yeah.
If I can recommend, Don, you may want to look around and see if there are non-cable company sources for that answer, just so they don't tell you, oh, well, here's our fastest package. That is probably what you want.
Let's try this from a different angle. Is there another provider available where you live, Don?
Yeah,
I haven't checked. I haven't checked recently, because I really haven't had a need to, because I wasn't planning on doing this. But I need to see what has come into the area in the past year or so, if anything has. Because we have an Infinity store in town, but I don't know if that translates to anything this far outside of town.
Right.
Yeah. Because for as much as hated as they are, I do have Comcast, and my internet is fantastic. So, which is one of the only reasons why I can stream this every once in a while when Brian needs me to. Otherwise, I'd be screwed and wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, I have my internet through them, and they're too expensive but decent. So
yeah, I'd agree with that.
I did pick this up, but I'm debating on whether I'm keeping it or not.
What is it?
It's
Why
Super
would we
Ninja
not?
Steel, Don. Why would you?
Because I just kind of like the way it looks. I don't know. It was kind of.
I'll tell you, I like the packaging style for this year.
Yeah, it does have like the six projectiles that come out of the chest. That's kind of a neat feature. It's just one of the things that I haven't bought a Zord in a long time.
Well, you made the wrong choice to start with, Don.
Oh, really?
Take it back.
Like I said, it was on sale, and I figured
Yeah, that reminds me of what I got.
Oh,
I don't know what that is.
that's X8 level 5 Dragonite Hunter Z.
And my friend in Roanoke that we were at the Pinball Museum last week got me this as a Christmas gift.
Oh, nice.
How's the paint on that one? Because man, some of them are bad.
It's not, the face is not great.
No,
but
they're not.
It's okay. There's a lot of silver paint on top of the blue leg parts, but I wasn't. This is more like there. Let's go sit.
I don't have the Optimus one, but my Grimlock and Megatron are actually really, really good.
Well, this is different from those ones. This is one new this year. And
I did forget. I did get something this week.
Even the official promo pictures of them have like paint running down.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, you have to appreciate when they use the actual retail level product for their product shots.
True. What's that, Don?
It was on sale when I went. When I went,
yeah.
yeah, when I went back to get the difference back for y'all's clones, they had Jetfire. And it's like, well, I do like him and Prowl. I don't know why I like that Prowl. I just kind of do. But really, the Jazz is very similar, at least on the upper body. So it's like, I really don't need two of them like that. So I figure, I mean, it was like $10, $11 after the discount. So
Open it up and
bad.
see. Look, I'm kind of curious
okay.
because I don't think he looks like what he does on the packaging.
Oh Lord.
I mean, it's a retool of the Starscream.
which I never have seen in person. So I
Like,
yeah,
I
that's
think
not
they
in,
left-
that's not in the Walgreens assortment.
I
know.
think they left off paint details that are on the packaging logo.
no.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Hasbro would never do that.
Oh.
So it looks better
Jason,
on the
why did you
packaging.
get that X8?
I like that one.
Why?
And it was $30 on sale on HLJ.
See, that's a better answer than you like that, because it's impossible to like that because it's a travesty.
Really?
Wow.
See what I mean?
Wow.
Okay.
I know what Don's taking back tomorrow.
No, it's but because this shows all the panel lining and everything.
But it's because it's a render, Don.
it's
Better
it's a
than I
customizer's dream.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, I mean, a paint wash would pick out a lot of the detail and stuff, but it's not too bad.
Yeah,
Just have
yeah,
something.
Get yourself a 0.5 millimeter Gundam marker, and you can really go to town on that thing.
Yeah, I
And
would
then
recommend a light blue.
And then Harmony Gold Consumi. I mean, it was an impulse buy, but I figured it's on sale, and I'm not paying $17
Yeah,
in
that's
tax
what
for
I want
this.
to see someone do. I want to see someone put Skull Squadron markings on that specific Jetfire toy.
Yeah.
Well, it's a repro labels conversion kit where you can do that with the leader one, right?
Don, you'll customize it and
Think so.
put a picture on Twitter, and you'll get a cease and desist.
There was an eBay coupon. If you use the app, you got a coupon code, and I was tempted to get that clear Tryon 3, and I thought, I'm never going to build it. It's going to sit in the box forever. I'll just keep hoping for the Solar Chico conversion.
Hey, Don, Rodimus and Supreme in the chat's asking if that Jetfire has knees, because he doesn't think it does.
I don't.
Which, wow.
It probably doesn't. I mean, they're basically large Legion toys when you get down to it.
Hang on. It's sort of.
Well, because it transforms basically the same way as the Legends class Seeker, and while that has knees, the knees are not essential for transformation, so it probably doesn't.
It just basically just shows. Actually, the legs don't seem to do anything. Everything else just sort of. I don't
Weird,
think.
'cause it's the same engineering as this, basically. Except that instead of like ball joints at the shoulders, they have the pin and disc joints. The hips probably are too, but like knees are not vital for it to transform, so it probably does lack knees.
Well, let's just have a little post.
Yes, let's have some science.
This is interesting because this is a figure no one really picked up yet. So
Yeah, I'm curious about this.
yeah.
Let's see here.
I actually would be, if I would have been able to get one that cheap, I would have done what Rob said and maybe tried to pick up a Gundam marker. And
Yeah, they're pretty easy to come by at this point and not very expensive. For also, just you actually can just use a good fine point 0.5 millimeter pen that you can get at any office store.
I've got a.
Although you don't always want to use like black lines for everything. That's why I was saying like light blue panel lining for that Jetfire would probably look really good.
You know, you're right.
Because it would pick out those details, but it would not be super in your face about it.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm not sure
if you're wanting to go for where it looks like it's a cartoon in 3 dimensions, then yeah, you would want like thick black lining on like the stronger panel lines.
Yeah.
If I had more faith in my skills, which I have none, I wouldn't mind. A paint wash would probably pick out a lot of those details, but
Yeah.
I have no idea how to do that.
That's
Well,
the nice thing.
Paint wash would be easier than the Gundam marker.
It would be easier but messier. I mean, to a certain extent, for the kind of thing you're talking about, Don, a Gundam marker might be easier because, I mean, just assuming you get it, like, you get it washed up first to make sure there's no mold release agent left on it, so that the ink actually sticks. Then just put the marker down in the groove and move it along and wipe off the excess with a tissue, and you're done. It's like the easiest thing in the world.
Although that's like 3/4 of the way to actually doing a paint wash anyway. So
Yeah, but I'm not as good with paint washes as I am with Gundam markers. So
Okay, he has. Okay, there are no knees. The knees are there. They're molded in, but they're not actually real knees. It's just details. Does have elbows jointed at the shoulders. No articulation other than the elbows and the shoulder joint. You can't even get an outward range of motion.
the hips don't move.
The hips are ratcheted.
Or do the hips lie?
Or,
Do they lie, Don?
Yeah, because you can tell. I'm not sure you can tell on that, but it's actually ratcheted forward. It's a softer ratchet forward and back, but there's an actual. There's an actual heavier click on the outwards. So let's transform him. Well, hang on, I'll put his guns in his hand. Joe, I'll put it with the guns.
All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night.
Good night, Matt.
All right, I'll talk to you next week.
For hours and hours.
So let's see what the transformation looks like. I better check the instructions just to make sure. Okay, step 1, fold out the wings.
Step 1, fold everything. Step 2, you're done.
Fold down the backpack. Yeah, the legs don't even do anything but peg together. They don't even really move because the back of the jet covers the back of the legs.
Yeah, just like the Legend Seeker.
Yeah. Step 3. Take the arms and do them. Oh no, there okay. There is. It's just a really stiff, but it's another ratchet. So it's a really stiff ratchet.
We can hear it. Yeah.
Yeah. For
What is it?
The knee?
For lateral movement on the shoulders.
Yep. It actually does that.
That's more than I was expecting, honestly.
Peg in the ouch. Well, that's not good.
Did it break?
I don't know. I don't think it broke. It just it's an open elbow, so there's no. So if you try turning it the wrong way, it just snaps off.
Yeah, friction joint. Gotcha.
Okay, peg in the arm. Peg in the arm. Under the wing. Peg it in. There. Okay. Tighten all that up. And then this is the complicated part. Fold the nose cone up. I was just kidding about the complicated part. Okay, something has to come. There's hinges there. Oh. Why is it not coming? There we are. Fold it. Okay, fold that up. Okay, is it those you gotta fold down?
This is taking a really long time for a Cyberverse.
It's okay.
Bigger though. I mean,
Yeah. Well, the it doesn't show it, but
it's on an expanded time scale.
well, no, it shows that his Valkyrie wings have to come down, but it doesn't really show what you're putting down. It just says something on the head moves.
Gotcha.
And fold. Okay, the landing gear is up, and
Oh, it has landing gear. Well, that's...
fold the feet down to get the jets, and there is your Skyfire.
Not a bad looking Skyfire.
No, it's
I mean,
really not.
it's the tempo work is a little bit more impressive than I thought it would be. It's simple, but it looks pretty clean.
I would love to panel line that thing.
Then just put the guns on the side, but the guns sit way far. They're like you said, it's a seeker recolor, so it's like they're on the shoulders for robot mode, but in jet mode they need to be further back on the wing, and they're not. Or if you plug them in on the wing, they either look like this, that, or like that.
Mm.
So it's really not a good thing either way. Can you put them in the let's see? I thought maybe you could put them in the wrist upside down and stick over the top of the jet, but you can't. Posts aren't long enough.
So Amazon has samples now that they sell. Amazon.com/sample boxes.
You can do this though, which may be an undocumented feature because it's basically screw holes in the back of the jet. Because you've got the screw holes there that holds part of the canopy together, but it's the same size as the plugs for the gun handles, so you can have them there. Oh, and I forgot the tail wings. You can't put the tail wings up. So it sucks, but it sucks a lot less than I thought it would.
Yeah, it's a very simple toy for kids, and it looks like it succeeds at that fairly well.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely worth picking up when it was on sale. I just wish there was a second peg on the guns to put it further back, or a second set of holes. But I mean, that's kind of just being nitpicky when it's this kind of toy. I probably would have got the prowl if they had the prowl too, just because I like that prowl. But
Yeah, the prowl looks nice.
yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
And now I'll go pour some ice on top of them and forget about them for a couple of weeks, and then they'll go back. It's weird. I picked up this while ago. I was going to actually tackle him tonight, and I'm thinking, no, I'm too tired for that.
Oh, yeah.
No.
MPM04.
You need some rest for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I've been told. So
Although no rest in the world is going to make it actually pegged together the way it should. So.
Yeah, I think I had
one specific way that you can make it work.
I
Well,
got
yeah,
it
but I mean,
vary
like,
from that
one
at
time.
all.
But like the stack's not even matching up to where they're supposed to go. There's nothing you can do for that, right?
nothing. Yeah,
Unless you have a Dremel nearby.
yeah. I got it to work. I got it to peg in once or twice correctly, and 7 or 8 times with a lot of cursing, and it never pegged together right. I just don't understand how they let that go out like that. Like it feels like a very rushed piece.
Well, again, that's one of those things where, when they're doing the CAD work on it, everything fits together perfectly.
You
But
know.
somewhere along the way, the factory, this gets a micron out of alignment, and that gets, a little bit too much paint, and by the time you're done, it just sort of doesn't quite work how it was intended.
Yeah, the smokestacks is the biggest
Everything
The cab not pegging together, I can definitely account that to what you're talking about. The smokestacks just not is like it's like what, a quarter of an inch off almost. It's bad.
yeah, every copy, every review I've seen, none of the smokestacks line up.
No, they don't. Yeah.
I think Watafu got his to work, but he had to Dremel out some plastic to get them to go in the right spot.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and get ready to go to bed, guys. Get to my sleep.
All right.
Good night, Don.
Take care, Don.
All right. I'm swirling over here, so it may be a minute before I can log out, because for some reason stuff is taking a few minutes to catch up or something. I'm not sure what's going on.
Don's getting swirly.
You were on too long. Your internet's all used up.
Yeah, he's through his 5 gigabyte monthly allocation already.
Well, hopefully that's not going to be the case very soon.
Until he goes to his ISP office, it's like, nope, you got the best we can give you.
Yeah.
Well, dang, this ain't enough for you?
Okay, are you done?
Yes.
No, I mean, it's just.
Oh, I know.
And we could keep going. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, hey.
We could do this all night.
Yeah.
I don't sleep. Why start now?
Yeah.
Well, I've been right there with you lately.
I need sleep. I can't
Much
deal
as-
with too much.
Much as I might like to.
Right.
I can't seem to hang up.
We can fix
Well-
that, Don.
Hit the
Yep.
X.
Yeah.
There you go.
I did
Bye.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I did that last time I was running the call, I think.
I
Don't hang up.
remember-
I got you.
No, Skype's just a free-for-all at this point. Like, you don't
Yeah.
even have to be the one who started the call.
I
Yeah.
didn't even know you could hang up on people.
Not it.
I didn't do that.
I
Ryan.
did it. Wow, you can. That's interesting.
Look at that.
Oh,
Not it.
I think I hung up on myself.
I think you did. 'Cause I didn't do that one.
Yeah, let me find the Benny Hill music real quick.
I was
Just
trying
need that to happen during There Goes My Money 1 week.
No, we
You know?
need to have another one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you have to right click. Okay.
Yeah, I would have suggested one this weekend, but if you guys are doing your year-end thing.
Yeah, this weekend's probably not the best time.
But yeah, I think definitely we would want to get one out before Christmas.
We could do it Wednesday.
I was gonna say, I mean,
Oh. Yes.
our schedule for Wednesday is pretty clear.
This is a good point. Very good point. Yeah, I'll say I'm available.
I'm available.
Well, you kind of have to be. I'm not taking over the show completely yet. Waiting
Give it time.
No, I couldn't do that. Like, it's that guy's show.
I mean, right now it is.
I didn't realize Overlord had a neck tilt.
I think all the leaders do. Well, I guess not Optimus because of the helmet,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, and Optimus, well, Six Shot is the only other one I have at the moment. So. Not sure if that does.
I mean, okay, there are only 4 leader molds.
Overlord, Optimus, Blaster,
Okay, 3, I guess.
Six Shot.
4.
Yeah, 4.
Ah. Yes.
Oh, nothing. Let's see here. People watching live, I think I'm going to kill the stream. We will see you next week.
Bye, everyone.